everyone, welcome back to part 4 of the reset series. Sorry it's come out a little bit later this time. I just thought I might space it out 3 weeks and compromise with you on the 2 weeks instead of 4, because that feels like a long time, but 2 weeks felt like quite a lot to get through, and before I knew where I was every week I was like, crap, I've got to film a video. And I don't want it to feel like that. I want it to feel like, yes, can't wait, I want to sit down and do this for you. So I feel like 3 weeks is more manageable if that's okay with you. So how are you all? I hope you're all okay. Thanks for coming back. I suppose I'll just start by telling you a bit about the week that I've had, which is, it's been really nice. It's been busy. It's been filled with mates and James, and we went away to Bristol, and I'm off to Paris today actually in the next hour for Paris Fashion Week, so I'm excited for that. I'm going with Lacoste, so that's going to be really good. I have felt really good actually the past week or two, and then today, sod's law, I'm going away with Brand, and I'm sat here telling you about how to manage everything, and I feel like absolute crap. I feel really sickly and dizzy, and it's anxiety, it's not like I'm not ill, and it's because my flipping period is due in about what's that in about a week, and it just gets the better of me some months over others, and I can't do anything differently. It's like I try so hard to put all these things that we talk about in place, and sometimes your body does what it does, and unfortunately it's a chemical thing and it's your hormones, and I can look after myself and I can make sure I'm not drinking alcohol or staying out late, make sure I'm getting lots of rest, but still, even though there's nothing bloody wrong, oh, it makes me feel awful. And I know you all know exactly what I'm talking about. It just pisses me off that it's linked to my hormones, but also at least I know it's linked to my hormones when it gets this bad. My heart's going, the lot, like I feel horrible. And honestly, the last time I went to Paris Fashion Week last season with Lacoste, this happened. So I was like, couldn't sleep, I had really bad cramps, felt really sick, really anxious the entire time, and I can't remember really enjoying myself, and that's so rubbish because it literally takes over everything. So yeah, sorry to be a Debbie Downer about everything there, but just thought I'd explain how I'm feeling and why and stuff. But I know it's my hormones, and it'll all pass in about a week or so. Let's hope. Please pray for me. I'll pray for myself too. So in this week's episode, what I thought I would do is answer a couple more questions that you all had. You all had very similar questions, which makes it so easy, so that I can just answer everyone's questions. But honestly, if you have any other questions, just write them in the comments as well. And then obviously I've got 2 products to talk to you about as well. So we'll start with the question, which was, so lots of people asked about my diet and fitness routine and how I kind of stay on top of everything, how I stay healthy and happy in my brain, and also my diet to go alongside that. So I try and go 3 times a week to a class. So I either do Reformer Pilates, which is like the weighted machine and you're led down, and it's like for strengthening, conditioning, toning, and it makes me feel quite strong and powerful, and you see changes, well, I've seen changes in my body quite quickly with that. So I try and do 3 times a week. 2 of them will be Reformer classes, and then 1 is a personal training session. So I've only done 3 personal training sessions so far with this lady. She is amazing, she's an absolute machine, and I literally feel sick and dizzy during the sessions because it's just so much cardio that I'm not used to it. I used to dance for a living a long time ago, like ballet contemporary and stuff, and I just don't know where my fitness has gone. I mean, we're talking a while, but I can't believe how unfit it made me feel doing personal training. I'm so happy doing my strengthening, toning and conditioning and everything. And then when I got into a cardio class, I don't know whether I'll get myself worked up about it because I know it's going to be hard, and then that makes me feel worse, if that makes sense. Whereas Reformer, I can go all day, like it's knackering, but I feel like it's such a lovely class because you're led down, you can be really kind of really chilled and like with your own thoughts a bit, and I find that really relaxing, but you're still working really hard, you're still pushing yourself, and that's what I really enjoy about it as well, because I never feel that it's too much. So yeah, Reformer Pilates and then personal trainer. We'll see how that continues. I've got one next week and I'm already dreading it, so I don't know if it's for me, to be honest. So yeah, I work out 3 times a week, and it just helps me feel happier, and honestly getting a sweat on and coming back and then having a nice shower, I just feel so relaxed, and it makes me sleep better as well because I'm burning off all that adrenaline that could be anxiety and worry into something else and doing something more productive with it. So if you're kind of new to exercise, I would say start with something like Pilates. Maybe not reformer, I don't know if you would fancy that or not, but have a little look at it. So I would say, like, yoga's really lovely and it's kind of a really chilled way to kind of free your mind, but I like something a bit more challenging. I like Pilates because it's working on my body and I can see results and changes and feel it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'd really recommend Pilates if you're just starting out, and just look at your local classes. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Your local town halls and things like that, everywhere, they pop up everywhere, Pilates classes, so have a little look around for those. Then in terms of diet, so diet's a funny one. I love food and I will eat exactly what I want when I want. Like last night, what time is it? James made us a lemon cake and it wasn't done till about 10 o'clock, and I was so obsessed with having a piece of this lemon cake I burnt my mouth because it came out of the oven and I cut it, and I was like, to have this lemon cake, because I've been thinking about it while I was in the oven the whole time, and it was the best thing ever. But I really need to get over doing that because it's stupid. But yeah, I think it's really important to have a nice, healthy relationship with food as you can. Where anxiety comes into this is, I once read a book, bloody hell I should have remembered the name of this. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's out there, food with that relates to anxiety and kind of like an acid refluxy thing. And the one that stuck in my mind that I will not touch with a barge pole, please don't let me give you a complex about it if you love it, is cucumber. Apparently the rind on a cucumber, it doesn't agree with people who are anxious and like little worriers. So I don't eat cucumber anymore. It's never affected my life, but I just stray away from cucumber. Bananas help because of the potassium, so that's helpful if you're having a really crap day. Have a banana. That, I've read that as well. That is out there. I'm not saying I'm a medical professional, but this is what I have found for me personally. And then diet wise, in terms of staying fit, healthy and eating what I want but balanced, me and James literally live by this is not sponsored, by this Jamie Oliver 5 ingredients book. We bought it just before Christmas, and as you can see it's like well used, and we order our food shop off this book, so we choose our meals for the week and then we stick to the meal plan basically, and it keeps your costs down too. So we just try and make sure we've got some salad or some veg and some meats in there, so everything is no more than 5 ingredients. And I think the longest meal that we do is like 17 minutes including prep and cook. Like, it's so quick and it's so good for when you get back home from work and you don't want to spend much time on it. So I would really recommend that. Amazon, I'll put a link to it for you. Amazon, dead easy. It's not expensive either. I think it's like 15-20 quid. But yeah, absolutely love this book. I'm desperate for him to make another one though, because we keep making the same things and I'm like, please bring another one out, Jamie, please. So yeah, that's how I kind of manage my diet and make sure I'm getting what I need in terms of nutrients and things like that, and avoiding cucumber at all times and all costs. So that's that. And then the other thing was, motivation when I feel, when I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling anxious, and what do I do about productivity working for myself, or in general if you're not working for yourself. This is a really hard one. I'm lucky that I've got a couple of close mates in the industry who, if I text and be like, I feel like absolute crap, they'll either come here or I'll go there and we'll work together. If I'm struggling to get up out of bed in the morning, I mean, I don't often struggle to get out of bed in the morning. I don't get a dread of like, I know a lot of people do, and I couldn't stay in bed all day. I get too hot and restless. It's just the way that I am. I do have like a lack of motivation when I'm feeling low or anxious or worried, so that kind of makes me want to stay in bed like half an hour longer, but I wouldn't ever lay around in bed because I'd feel too guilty then that I've not done some work. So it's all a big horrible cycle, isn't it? Then I just make a cup of tea like I do every morning. I think routine is key here, and like that book that I said a couple of weeks ago, the Make Your Bed. So I will get up and I'll make my bed, put the kettle on, make a cup of tea, have a wee. I'll put, I've got like a calming face balm wash, so I'll put that on, leave that on for 10 minutes whilst I'm pottering about, then go and wash that off. Have some breakfast and then just set my laptop up and just start. And I'll still be in my pyjamas or whatever, but if I make a dent in some work, then that makes me feel productive, and then I'll come and have a shower and get dressed properly for the day. But I I find it hard to just get up and get into the shower straight away. I have to like potter and like make a bit of a plan in my head about what I'm going to do and what this day is going to look like before I just wash, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's really different for everyone. It's really difficult for me to sit here and say, do this, do that, do the other. But like I said last time, make your bed, make yourself a cup of chamomile tea with no caffeine, drink plenty of water, put your favourite music on to get ready to, if you're leaving the house, I would get ready to your favourite music, or stick Friends on, or stick something on that's really light-hearted that you can just play on your laptop whilst you're getting ready and you're pottering. It's just noise, because then you're not just like in silence getting ready, it's early in the morning, you don't want to leave the house. So just do things, tweak little things that might make it a little bit easier and nicer for you and make you feel a little bit more motivated for your day. Yeah, I think that's all I'd say about that really. It's different being freelance to not being freelance, but the premises of it all is the same. If you feel like that, you feel like that, don't you? So yeah, that's about it, I think. Caught you up, talked through a couple of questions. Please leave me some more questions, because this is great, because it shapes the way that I can talk to you in this video and answer some of your questions. So always ask, because then every third week I can pick something up and we can chat through it. So moving on to the products for this week, I've got two. One is this beautiful candle from Otiumburg, and I was introduced to this by another brand who actually makes this beautiful necklace called Otiumburg, which is affordable fine jewellery, absolutely gorgeous. I'll put a link on it in case you want to have a look. And they share the same office space and are friends with the girl Rosie who owns this brand called Otiumburg. And they sent me a candle just for sending me a candle's sake, and it's organic, it's made from soy, and they are gorgeous. They've got a whole range. They sent me the one that's called Soul. Like, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I've done this one right in now, but I've ordered another one. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's such a relaxing smell, and I burnt it. I finished it. I think, how long do they? I can't remember how long they burn for, but I burnt it every single day. Every single day. Devastated that I ran it out so quick. I should have like had it on for days and weeks and months. So I'm gonna buy another one. Yeah, so this one is Neroli, Orange Blossom and Ylang Ylang. Is that how you say that? I'm not sure. So yeah, that's the first one, and I burn it here on my bedside. There's one to replace it at the moment, but burn it here at my bedside when I get in bed and read a book in an evening. And it's just so chilled, and it's like a comforting, reassuring smell, and it's a smell that I smell every night, and it's kind of got me into a routine, if that makes sense. So the amazing team at Otiumburg have given you all an exclusive discount code just to be used on the Soul candle online. So I'm going to put that in the description box for you, so you can treat yourselves if you would like to get one. But yes, absolutely love them, and the brand ethos is great. They even do them for babies, like a new baby smell. Like, they're a beautiful brand. I'm really happy to support, and they're supporting me and you actually by giving you a discount. So I'll put that down for you, and you can have a look and see what you fancy. Okay, so the second thing is a supplement. So before we get started on this conversation, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a healthcare professional. I cannot sit here and advise you to take this supplement, but I wanted to explain why I take it and the benefits that I've found. And like with anything, I mean, it's over the counter, so that's fine, but with anything that's a supplement over the counter, regardless of whether it's prescription or not, you must ask your doctor, especially if you're on other medication that this might interact with. So you absolutely must just seek some medical advice before you decide to start taking this. So because of my healthcare background profession, I do a lot of research. Well, I used to do a lot of research, so it comes quite easily to me. So I went online and did some research before I started to take this. It was recommended to me by a friend who also suffers from anxiety, worry, depression, sleep disorder and things like that, and she just told me about it one day, and I was like, do you know what, bugger it, I'm just going to try it. So it's called 5-HTP, and I got the one that's by Solgar, but you guys, I'll write the name of it, I won't put a link, you can find out about it yourself and do some research before you really take it on or whatever. Yeah, it's by Solgar, this one. So basically, so I've written some notes so I know what I'm saying, and this is what I found online for research that I trusted. It's from UK journals of medicine, and like with everything, there's risks to everything, but the benefits for me at the moment seem to far outweigh the risks, of which I have not experienced any side effects or symptoms or anything personally. So the 5-HTP is a shorthand for a chemical in the body, and it, oh god, this is, yeah, so it's made, and this chemical is linked to the chemical serotonin, which we all know is our happy chemical for our brains. It affects mood, sleep and pain, serotonin. So this can be taken as a supplement to enhance serotonin, which is a great start. So it has been known to help treat conditions such as depression, insomnia, obesity and other conditions, and it's widely used for sleep disorders, depression, anxiety, migraines, headaches, fibromyalgia, PMS, here we go. Yes, so it's basically what it does is to promote a healthy level of serotonin in your brain. And I've been taking it for the last 3 months, and I just don't feel, I feel like it's taken the edge off how I feel when I get really anxious and worried. I really do think it's helped. I take 2 a day, obviously go through whatever medical professional, doctor, whoever, to figure out what kind of recommended dosage you should have if you'd like to try it. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you about it because someone recommended it to me. I did my research. I'm not on any other medication, so I didn't ask my doctor, but I would recommend that you all do anyway. It's personal choice, isn't it? And I felt like I wanted to give it a try, and I'm so glad that I have. I had a really positive experience with it, and yeah, and I've recommended it since to friends who are using it and feel like it is making a difference. So I just wanted to let you know about it so you can go off and do your own research, make sure you're happy, make sure your doctor's happy if you need to speak to your doctor, and see how it works for you. It's a bit of a curveball one because it's not kind of like, I suppose it is a complementary therapy because it's a supplement, and it's a supplement, isn't it? But it's more, yeah, it's not a candle, is it? It's a bit different. So I'm just treading carefully because I just always want you to be really safe and know everything about it before you decide to just run off and buy it. And to that end, I'm not going to put a link for it so you can just run off and buy it. And I'm also not going to send this product out to you. I just think that might be a bit irresponsible of me. So I won't send this out to you, but please do your research, and if it works for you, I would love to hear in a few weeks, if you are doing it, how it's worked for you. I will send out a candle to somebody in the comments as well. That's courtesy of Eam as well. They're kindly sending me one to send to you, as well as a discount code for everyone else, which is good. So I'll pop all the information in the description box for you. And I think I'm going to wrap this up and get going because I'm getting picked up in 40 minutes. So I hope you're all alright and you've enjoyed this week's reset series. Please do ask me any questions, and please be safe when researching this. I can't stress that enough. And I'll catch you in my next one. And just ask me anything in the comments. And I'll catch you in 3 weeks' time. I'll do it on a Sunday as well in 3 weeks for you. But have a brilliant week. Bye.